Thank you very much, Shervo. Well, there are fears this morning the Middle East could be closer than ever before to a full-scale war following the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. The political chief of the militant organisation was killed during a visit to Iran. Both Hamas and Iran have been quick to blame Israel for the attack, with each of them also vowing to take revenge over the killing. Let's bring in New South Wales Senator and former ambassador to Israel, Dave Sharma. Thank you for joining us. Exactly who was Ismail Haniyeh? Explain to us.
Well, Ismail Haniyeh was Hamas's senior political leader. He's been resident in Doha, Qatar for the last several years. He was instrumental in the October 7th terrorist attacks. There's footage of him watching those attacks unfold on his television in his hotel suite in Doha and celebrating. And for most of the past several years, he's been Hamas's senior envoy abroad, hence his presence in Iran for this inauguration of the new Iranian president.
So you would think he would be one of the most wanted men in the world. How
Absolutely.
would they have got so close to him?
Look, he's like the Osama bin Laden was to the to Al-Qaeda, say. You know, he's the pin-up person for Hamas. It's a gross failure of Iran's security measures that this could be allowed to happen, especially as he was a guest in their country. But Israel, whilst they haven't taken responsibility for this attack, they've made clear that they view all those who are responsible for the 7th of October as legitimate military targets, and Ismail Haniyeh was high up on that list.
OK, so Iran's supreme leader says because this happened on their soil, revenge is their duty. That was the quote. What happens now? Is it likely we'll see full-scale war?
I think we'll likely see some sort of Iranian response because the supreme leader has basically staked his own prestige on there being such a thing. The question is that going to be a limited one, a show of strength, or is it going to be something that leads to something far more escalatory and potentially concerning? We've seen these incidents happen before on the back of the 7th of October, including direct exchanges of fire between Israel and Iran, but they've been limited. And the question now, and I'd urge Iran to behave with restraint here and accept that Ismail Haniyeh was always someone who was going to be on the target list.
Wasn't he crucial in the ceasefire negotiations? Where does that leave them now for the hostages?
He has been Hamas's chief negotiator in the ceasefire negotiations. There are arguments I've seen that he was one of the main obstacles to achieving a ceasefire. Whether that's the case, we'll see in the next few weeks. But I think, look, we would all like to see a ceasefire, but I think the important preconditions for a ceasefire are the complete release of the hostages and Hamas laying down its weapons, and Ismail Haniyeh had not been prepared to agree to that up until now.
OK. Dave Sharma, thank you very much for your insight this morning.
Thank you.
Here's Shervo.
Thanks, Nat. Well, Aussies